Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This battle's already started without a countdown, and you're looking at the SU-14-2. It's on the south spawn of Malinovka, and it's under the command of Eukarionte. And I don't think he's loaded in yet, but he will find out very shortly that yes, he is in the game. Okay, game on. Now the standard reload is 42.19 seconds. He's got 40.80. He's got the 203mm howitzer, capable of doing 900 alpha, 52mm pen, 10.4 meters on the burst radius, and between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun. He's actually moving at the moment because the rescue is bouncing around. I think he's reversing into the woods. We see he's got the gun lane drive, a turbo, and he's also got the vents, but he's also got the assisted, is that the, I forget which one that is now, the assisted gun laying. Yeah, as you can see, he backed up a little into the trees. It's very unfortunate when you do load into the game and all of a sudden you find that the game's been going on for some time and that your system let you down. It's been happening to me quite a few times recently. I find that there's either only 10 seconds of the count left or the game's already started. Okay, looking at up here, we can see at the top of the hill there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks forming a line, which means that they're much easier to hit. But even though they're easier to hit, that shell went over the top of them and landed and just stunned a couple of them. So he's changing positions. Now the SU-14-2 actually did exist. There was two of them. One of them is in the tank museum at Kubinka in Moscow, a place I haven't actually managed to get to or see, but sometime in the future I might, after all the conflicts are over. The Kubinka actually has it's like the tank museum in Britain. It's actually very good. And all rounds out, landed right in front of him for 232, and he's picking up loads of stun assists. Oh, that was a good one. He got 703 stun assists from that shot on the contradictions alone. It's a tier 9 game with tier 8 tanks. Yes, so the SU-14-2 is based on the SU-14-1, which is also based on the T-35 heavy tanks with bits of the T-28 in it. The SU-14-1 was built in 1934. They only built two of them, and then the engineer who actually built them was actually sent to the Gulag, and so yes, I'm afraid no more development was actually made of the tanks, and it was only when the Second World War actually broke out in 1941 for the Soviets, that is, the Great Patriotic War as they call it. That's when they suddenly realized they needed SPGs, and so yes, they actually did update this Arty, and they gave it a shield to protect the crew from shrapnel, small arms fire, and they also gave it a radio. Rounds out. That was a direct hit for 306 on the ST1. Now, there's an event going up on top of the hill at the moment. Oh, lots of stun assist there on the ST1. Is he still... well, he was stunned. He's no longer stunned. But I don't think he's going to last very long because that AT-15 wants to get the kill. In fact, he doesn't get the kill. The Object 283 does. So, how's this going? Well, looking over this side of the battlefield, we can see as a T-30 and a Selma managed to make it south of the field, and they've got an ELC Ever-90 somewhere in the field area. He's going to line a shot up with the T-30, and it lands right next door to him and stuns him for 261 splash, and the Selma is just behind the garage there. Okay, so it's quite a long reload, isn't it? It is a very heavy gun, though. They actually had to have cranes to lift the shells into the vehicle because they were so high off the ground. And of course, this is one of those Artys where they need supports to hold the thing in place, and they actually had to disconnect the suspension. Otherwise, the impact of the shell going off, or the howitzer going off, would actually damage the suspension system, and that would be painful for them. Oh, Selma backed up a little, and it cost him, because Eukarionte managed to get 201 hit points of damage, and he got the rest of stun assist. Now a Patton has taken the Selma's place, and looks like he's next. Oh, the T-13 might be next. Yeah. Oh, that's a kill. In fact, that one gives us a Confederate, because that means we've hit 6 tanks, which were subsequently killed by other teammates. Yes, we put the achievements award up to let people know when they've actually achieved and they've got their a particular medal. It's very handy to have sometimes. It's just one of those mods we get with Aslains. Okay, looking up here, we can see there's an object 430. Oh, and our Bless kills himself by ramming the Progetto 46. Didn't realize the Progetto's, well, he must have realized the Progetto's a medium tank, and he was only a light tank, so he wasn't going to come off well in that. Okay, we're loaded, but can we get a shot in on this 430? Our teammates are coming in. We're fired, and we managed to stun that guy, so we got loads of stun assist, and there's only one enemy left, and he's just been killed. And that is a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tanker for Eukarionte in the SU-14-2. Congratulations on breaking your duck. When you get the scrolls underneath the M, that's the first time you did it. And yes, you don't get those scrolls any other time in the game except the first ace. So he's got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8 in that game. And he got a Confederate as well, for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate from that one was 1,679, which is very good. Let's have a look at team score. They didn't get the highest damage on this one because the BZ68 managed to get 4,237 hit points of damage. Second highest was the Progetto 46 with 3,170 hit points, and that was on the enemy team. And the third highest, well, that was the Object 283 on our team, who got a Brothers in Arms and 2,804 hit points of damage. And he platooned with the Object 777-2, and he also got a Brothers in Arms in the game. Eukarionte got 1,704. He was beaten by only 2 members of the enemy team, but he was also beaten by 4 members of his own team, which means he's 7th when it comes to damage. When it comes to kills, though, he didn't get any at all, but that actually helped him to get the Confederate medal. And the top scorer was, in fact, the Object 283 and the Object 777-2, who both managed to get 3 kills, which qualified them for the Brothers in Arms. 2 kills went to the Scorpion G, and on the enemy team, just 1 player managed to get 2 kills, and that was their Selma. And in fact, only 4 players on the enemy team actually managed to get kills at all in that game. When it came to base XP, it's Eukarionte. Yes, he did so much stun assist in that game. In fact, I think he deliberately laid some of the shells down near the enemy to splash them, but not to kill them, so that they then had plenty of stun on them when our teammates then caught up with them and fired at them, and then obviously he got the assistance. Second place goes to the Object 283, as we know, got the Brothers in Arms, and he got 1,047, and third place, that goes to the BZ68, who had 1,044. So only 3 players managed to get over 1,000 base, and of course Eukarionte was the top of the players. The AMX 1390, by the way, he got a steel wall and a scout medal. That's very unusual to see a little light tank getting a steel wall, because it means you had to be hit by at least 11 hits, and potentially, most of the hit points of his vehicle would have been lost. But in theory, I think what may have happened is he may have been hit in the tracks each time. As a consequence, those shells didn't do any damage to him, really. Well, not much anyway. When it came to the detail, 9 shots fired. That's very low to get an ace tanker. 1 direct hit on the enemy. None of them penetrated though, but he did get 10 splashes. 1,704 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. The reason he's got 10 splashes is sometimes he was hitting one tank, it was lined up alongside another one, and obviously it splashed both of them. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, none were killed, but he did get 3,450 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns, and that's a very good score to get an ace tanker. On a premium count, he actually made 89,675 credits profit from that game, including 50,000 for completing a mission, and he also took away 3,201 experience points as well out of that one, but no mission completion on this one except 500 free XP. So very unusual mission completion if he gets free XP rather than actual XP. So a good game there by Eukarionte. He sent this one in to me, I think it was very recently actually. I think it may have been yesterday. And yes, so I slotted it in to have it in the games today. As you know, we've got a whole batch of games coming up from Seeker Baines Managed, and I've also got a few from General Fubar, who's actually sent some in. So we will be getting those done as well. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.